Welcome to Guru Gedara. Today I am going to continue this competency level 7.3. Better see that competency level. Inquiries into the rotational effect due to the interrelationship of electricity and magnetism. So already we have finished that rotational effect of the coil, toe on coil, and also completed that moving coil galvanometer. Here now we go to the remaining part of this competency level, motor. So now we go to motor. Motor, direct current motor is a device in which electrical energy is changed into mechanical energy. Its action is opposite to that of dynamo. Normally, you in the low level classes, you already know about this dynamo. When you give the motion to that dynamo, you get the current there. Here, now in motor, you give the current to the motor and get the motion. So this is a reversible part of this motor. Okay, now see the motor parts. So here main parts of the motor. So this one is a carbon brush. Two brushes there. This one and this one are two carbon brushes. And this one is a commutator field rings. And this one is a conducting loop. So these are the main parts of this motor. Okay, these are the main part of this motor. So this commutator is always very important for this motor. The commutator is connected to the battery. Here connected to the battery, commutator is connected to the battery. It will run as a motor. So commutator is the most important part in this motor. So this normally this conducting loop always in the armature coil, known as armature coil. I will show you later. So function of the motor. Now we are going to see the function of the motor. The current flows around the armature coil and the magnetic field exerts a couple on this. The commutator reverses the current just as the side of the coil are changing from upward to downward. Movement and vice versa. So the couple of the armature is always in the same direction and the shaft turns continuously. So now here you see this, the motor. There is a coil there. Here this is a coil. This is known as armature coil. So this coil is in the magnetic field. This coil is in the magnetic field. When the current passes through this coil, the coil experiences a force on it. So here, when you find the force, you take your left hand and find the direction of the force. So you take your left hand and there is a magnetic field is there, here. Magnetic field is here and current is here on the loop. Therefore, force is upward direction. So force is on upward direction. Therefore, in other side of the coil, current is going like this. Therefore, force is downward direction according to Fleming in left-hand rule. So these two forces set up the toe on this coil. These two forces set up toe on this coil. Like we saw in moving coil galvanometer, there is toe applied on that coil, therefore indicate a turn. Here also like that. The toe acting on this coil and the coil will turn clockwise direction. So motor will rotate. This is the basic principle of this motor. now you see that the commutator field ring is most important. This commutator field ring is most important. When this coil side AB pass through this vertical point, when this coil comes to the vertical position, after that pass through this vertical position. Okay. After this particle this vertical position, there is a problem. When the force acting like that, again coil will return. So force must change. So this field commutator always use this to change the brushes. This commutator pass here and touch the brush end. Okay, touch the brush end. So when the side of the coil AB pass the vertical position, this ring comes into contact with brush end. This is the most important theory in motor. So this ring come and contact with brush end. Meantime, this other ring touch the brush M. So they change this position. That's why this toe in the same direction, always in the same direction. Then the coil is turned continuously in the same direction. Okay. When the side of the coil AB pass the vertical position, this ring comes into contact with the brush end. Then the force is downward direction. Therefore, the couple is always in the same direction. So normally this commutator set up like this, half ring, and this ring come to contact with brush end, and same time that another ring come and contact with brush M. So when the vertical position pass, this happen in the motor. Okay. Now there is a current on motor always denote as V minus E over R. The current on this motor always denote as V minus E over R. This V is applying voltage and E is a back EMF and R is the resistance of the coil. Okay. Normally you will study later in electromagnetic induction, E is the back EMF. So back EMF you will study on electromagnetic induction section. So only you know about this equation, I is equal to V minus E over R here. Okay. So I already told you that in coil that is known as armature coil. That means there is a armature drum, this one, and there is a coil wound on this armature. Okay. This is a normal process in the motor. This is known as armature coil. So there is armature using here. You will also study this on electromagnetic induction, this armature method. There is a eddy current there in the armature, so there is a lot of problem there, but we will study this on electromagnetic induction there. So in practical use, several coils are winding on the armature in different planes. So improve the efficiency of this motor, there were several coils used in this motor in different planes. Okay. See that there are different planes, there are several mode, there are different coils in a different plane. Okay. This is normally in practical we are using this motor. So now I completely finish this magnetic field theory. Now I go to some example for this theory. Okay. So now we see this example. A current flows in a circular loop consisting of a single turn. If the same wire is bent into circular loop of 2 turns and the same current is passed through the loop, the magnetic flux density at the center of the loop will change by a factor of. Okay. See the picture for this sum. There is a single loop here. There is a single loop. The current passing through this single loop, and this single loop bent into 2 single loops. Therefore, the radius must change. So, we write the radius as r. Okay. The radius will change. So, already we studied about flux density at the center of the flat coil. Normally, we can write B is equal to mu naught I over 2r. We already studied this. Therefore, the first coil we can easily write B is equal to mu naught I over 2r. So, again we write for this small circular coil, we write that is B dash flux density is equal to mu naught I over 2r into 2, because there is a 2 loop there. So, this is not a problem for you. Okay. Then what is the change of factor? So, we want to find the relationship between capital R and small r. So, we can equate the length and find the relation between this capital R and small r. So, these both lengths are equal. Therefore, the circumference is 2 pi r. This is the length of this coil. So, that is equal to 2 into 2 pi r. Therefore, cut this 2 pi and get the relationship r is equal to 2r. Then you substitute here in r by 2. Therefore, you can get B dash is equal to mu naught I over r. Here you can write r is small r is equal to capital R by 2. Okay. Therefore, 2 into r is equal to r by 2 into 2. Therefore, you get cancel this, and B dash is equal to, substitute this is equal to, therefore, B dash is equal to 4b. So, B is equal to 1/4 B dash. Therefore, the factor change by 1/4. So, change by factor 1/4. Okay. Now, we go to another question. A plate of copper 2 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter thick and 4 into 10 to the power minus 2 wide is placed in a uniform magnetic field of flux density B of 0.4 Tesla as shown in the figure. When a current of 80 ampere is being passed through the plate, it generates a Hall voltage of 0.8 into 10 to the power minus 6 volt. What is the number of free electrons per unit volume of copper? E is equal to 1.6 into 10 to the power minus coulomb, 19 coulomb. So, this sum is on Hall effect and change which interact with electricity. So, I again remind you the Hall effect theory. So, let us first see the Hall effect theory. So, normally we state the Hall effect. When the conductor is placed perpendicular to the magnetic field, there is a voltage set up in this magnetic field. So, that voltage is known as Hall voltage. So, here the current pass through this conductor here. I remind you, already we have studied this. The magnetic field is here. So, therefore, this charge experience a magnetic force. This charge experience a magnetic force. So, you take your left hand and find the direction of this magnetic force. Using Fleming in left hand rule and find the direction of the magnetic force. So, take your 3 fingers and first finger in the direction of field and second finger in the direction of current and thumb indicate the direction of the, take a left hand and do this. The thumb indicate the direction of the force. Therefore, the magnetic force is in the upward direction of this electron. So, this electron come to the upper side of this conductor. So, normally the lower side is always positive relative to upper side. Therefore, voltage is set up here in between these two sides. Therefore, an electric field set up here, that electric field creates a force on this electron, that is downward direction. At once, these two forces are equal. This magnetic force and electric force are equal in equilibrium state. In equilibrium state, these two forces are equal. That is known as steady state of the current. So, normally current pass at that time directly from here to here, no change. Some movement, this charge particle bend. Okay. So, that steady state, we say this electro force and magnetic force are equal, then we can write the electric force is E into E. In already we studied that magnetic force is BeV. So, cancel this E and substitute E is normally we write E is equal to VH over D, voltage over distance. So, electric field is normally write E is equal to VH over D. Therefore, we get the equation here VH over D is equal to BV. This is a Hall effect equation. Okay. This one is a Hall effect equation. So, now we go to our question. Now, there is a current pass through the conductor. We can write I is equal to NAVE. That is also in current electricity. N is equal to number of free electrons per unit volume. N is equal to number of free electrons per unit volume, and V is the drift velocity of electrons, because these electrons are passed in this conductor, no? So, that velocity is V. So, this is the equation in current electricity. Here already we have find the equation in Hall effect, VH over D is equal to BV. V is the velocity of the electron. So, substitute this V here, then V is equal to I over NAV. So, substitute here, you can get this equation. VH over D is equal to BI over NAV. Again, so our question is N, number of free electrons per unit volume. Then substitute N, then we can find BID over VHE. So, substitute the data here for find the value of N. So, here B is a 0.1 Tesla. So, given data I give it in the diagram, 0.4 Tesla, and I is 80 ampere pass through this conductor, and now D. So, here very careful about this D. D is the distance between this voltage difference. So, earlier I explained it you in the vertical position of the conductor. Here now conductor is in the horizontal position. So, the whole voltage set up across this surface. Whole voltage is set up across this surface. Therefore, this is a D. Very careful about this. This is a D. So, 4 into 10 to the power minus 2. And again, that is not a problem for VH and AV. VH is equal to, they given 0.8 into 10 to the power minus 6 in A. A is the area. This is the area here for this conductor. Here, this one is the area. Okay. This one is the area for this conductor. Therefore, 4 into 10 to the power minus 2, 4 into 10 to the power minus 2 into 2 into 10 to the power minus 3. Okay. This is the area, and E. They given this charge E is equal to into, write it in the downside, 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 cool. So, you have to solve. This is a MCQ question in 2011. So, they give the answer in there. So, you better you solve this and find the answer is this one. This one is the answer. You solve this. This one, cut this one, 2, and this one 40. Okay, and cut this one easily, 4 into 10 to the minus 2 and 4 into 10 to the minus 2 here. After that, you solve this. Okay. So, 10 to the power minus 6 into 10 to the power minus 3, 40 over 2 into 1.6. So, this one 10 to the power minus 19 and 3 minus 9, 10 to the power minus 28. Let's go upward, then 10 to the power 28. Okay, then you will solve that and get the answer. Okay. So, here we go to another sum. A thin uniform wire PQ carrying a current I could be held without any mechanical support above an infinity long horizontal wire RS carrying the same current I. If the mass per unit length of the wire PQ is smaller, equilibrium height of H of PQ above RS is given by. So, now, so this PQ, this PQ could be held without any mechanical support. So, you know that there is a weight on PQ that will apply always in the downward direction in PQ. So, other force must come balance this weight of this PQ. Otherwise, we can't help without mechanical support in this PQ. Okay. Therefore, now we go to this part. Now we consider a unit length on PQ. Therefore, there is a weight acting on downward direction here, that is mg. Now I consider only a unit length of PQ. So, if we want to hang freely this PQ, there is another force acting there. That force must be in this direction. So, this force must be the magnetic field force. So, here this RS conductor carrying a current I produce the magnetic field on PQ. So, that magnetic field flux density always write as mu naught I over 2 pi h. Mu naught I over 2 pi h, that is a magnetic flux density due to this RS, conductor RS. Okay. That direction is, you take a right hand and find the direction. Take a right hand and find the direction that is coming out of the hole. So, we can denote like this. So, that magnetic flux density coming out of the board. So, when you take a left hand, Fleming left hand rule, using this Fleming left hand rule, and you can find the direction of the force. So, now the field is coming outside and current is on the PQ Q to P and thumb is upward direction. So, magnetic field on upward direction. So, that will balance mg. Therefore, equilibrium state that we can write the B is equal to BIL. Normally, BIL sin theta, force on conductor is normally BIL sin theta. At this theta always 90 here. So, we can write sin theta is equal to 1. So, normally we write BIL here. So, B is equal to mu naught I over 2 pi h, mu naught I over 2 pi h, and current I and L is 1 because we consider unit length on peak. We consider the unit length on peak. So, we solve this mu naught I squared over 2 pi h. This is a force on PQ. This is the force on PQ. So, this force equal to mg. mg is the unit length of PQ. mg is the unit length of PQ. Therefore, we can find the value of h is equal to mu naught I squared over 2 pi mg. That one is a third answer. Again, we go to another example. AB is a long straight wire placed on a table and CD is a similar wire kept 3 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter vertically above AB and runs parallel to it as shown in the figure. PQ is a small conducting current carrying conductor placed on the table parallel to AB. The distance between AB and PQ is 4 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter. PQ is free to move on a 2 horizontal conducting rails. So, these are the rails, 2 conducting rails. So, PQ is moving in this rail. Okay, these are the 2 conducting rails. Okay. Length of PQ is 10 to the power minus 1 meter and a current of 10 ampere flows through it in the direction of P to Q. Okay. This is a part 2 question. This question come on I think 1997 past paper. the part 2 question. This is one of the best question in magnetic field. So, very hard question. Okay. So, first part of this question, if the wire AB carries a current of 5 ampere in the direction of A to B. So, this wire carries a current 5 ampere A to B. Current carrying here 5 ampere A to B. Okay. Find the magnitude and direction of the force acting on PQ due to this current. So, normally when the current passing through the conductor AB, there is a magnetic field around the AB. So, magnetic field set up around AB. So, here when the current pass through the conductor AB, we can find the magnitude of this magnetic field. First, we want to find the direction of the magnetic field. First, we want to find the direction of the magnetic field. So, use this right hand grip rule and we can find the direction of the magnetic field. Use the right hand and the thumb indicate the direction of the current and fingers direction of the magnetic field. Therefore, here this magnetic field is in the downward direction due to this current carrying conductor AB. So, this magnetic field is downward direction. Okay. So, we can write this magnetic field B is equal to mu naught I over 2 pi d. Okay. This is the equation for the magnetic field. So, already they give the mu naught over 2 pi is equal to 2 into 10 to the power minus 7. So, I it's 5 ampere and D is equal to 4 into 10 to the power. This one is a distance between AB and PQ. This is a distance between AB and PQ. Therefore, that one is 4 into 10 to the power minus 2. Okay. Now, we get the magnetic flux density at PQ, on PQ. So, here this conductor PQ is lie in the magnetic field, therefore, force exert on this PQ. So, this force is we can write because magnetic field is always perpendicular to the PQ, therefore, we can easily write that force is equal to B I L. Force is equal to B I L. So, substitute this B1 mean 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 into 5 over 4 into 10 to the power minus 2. This is B and I, the current passed through the PQ. So, that is now here they state that already in the sum there is a 10 ampere current passed through PQ. So, the I is 10 ampere and L is length of PQ is 10 to the power minus 1 meter. Okay. You can solve this and find the final answer. So, this final answer always come 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 5 Newton. Better you solve this and find the exact value. Okay. So, here you want to find the direction of the force on PQ, you use the Fleming left-hand rule, and find the direction. So, magnetic field, first finger is in the magnetic field and current pass through the conductor P to Q. Therefore, force is acting towards AB. Force is acting towards AB. So, this is a final answer for, because they asked find the magnitude and direction. So, you have to give the direction also, otherwise you can't get the full marks. You have to find the direction also and give the direction also in the diagram. So, force is on this direction. Okay. So, this is force is, the magnitude is 2.5 into 10 to the power minus Newton and direction is towards AB. Okay. This is the first part complete. Now, second part, in addition to the current in AB, if CD also carries a current of 6.25 ampere in the direction D to C. Okay. Now, the current pass through here D to C. D to C. Find the magnitude of the force acting on PQ due to this current. Indicate the direction of the force on the diagram. Okay. Again, they ask the force on conductor, same method, but now you consider the conductor is now on CD. Earlier we consider the conductor AB, now the conductor is CD. So, joining these two conductors in a straight line, so find the distance between these two conductors CD and PQ. Find the distance between these two conductors. So, this distance, if we take D, if we take this distance D, you can find the value of D, because this one is, this length is 3 into 10 to the power minus 2 and this one is 4 into 10 to the power minus 2. So, you apply, this is right angle, therefore, you can apply the Byers theorem and find the value of D. So, easily you can write that value is 5 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter, because 3 squared and 4 squared equal to 25, square root of 25 is equal to 5. Okay. Then you can find the value of D is equal to 5 into 10 to the power minus. Then you go to again the same method earlier we have done in the first part. So, there is a magnetic field set up on PQ due to this conductor CD. So, what is that magnetic field? So, take your right hand and find the direction of the magnetic field. So, that magnetic field is this line joining perpendicular to this line joining magnetic field, we write B there, that is perpendicular to these two conductors, that is perpendicular to this conductor. Okay. So, this B dash we can write, normally mu naught I over 2 pi d. Okay. So, mu naught over 2 pi, earlier they state here 2 into 10 to the power minus 7. So, 2 into 10 to the power minus 7, mu naught over 2 pi. And I, the current passed through conductor CD. So, that is 6.2. and D. D is a, we find already 5 into 10 to the power minus 2. This is a magnetic flux density produced in the conductor PQ. So, this PQ lie in this magnetic field due to this CD. Therefore, force experienced here, that force is always, we can write BIL because sin theta is always 90. Therefore, we can write F is equal to BIL. So, substitute the value of B here, and I is the current passed through the conductor PQ. So, that current is 10 ampere. And L is the length of PQ, that is 10 to the power minus 1 meter. Again, you solve this and find the answer also comes the same answer, 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 5 Newton. Same answer. Better you solve this. Okay, better you solve this. Now, the direction is most important. You take your left hand and find the direction of this force. Take your left hand and first finger indicate the magnetic field direction, and second finger indicate the current direction. Therefore, force is acting on this way along this joining two conductors. Okay, this is a force. We say that force is F dash. Earlier we write F1 as a force. So, new force is F dash. The force is like on the two conductors joining line. The force is lying on two conductors joining line. So, again that force magnitude is 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 5 Newton. Okay. So, now we go to the other part. If the mass of the conductor PQ is 10 to the power minus 4 kilogram, find the direction of motion and the magnitude of the initial acceleration of PQ. Separately, I draw the conductor PQ here. So, two forces acting on this conductor PQ. One force is so clearly one force is due to this AB conductor. That force is in the horizontal direction. That one is F. Okay. Now, other force is F dash. That is make an angle theta with horizon. So, this is F dash. So, these two forces are acting on PQ. So, the conductor PQ free to move on rails. So, this one is a rail. This one are two rails. So, conductor is free to move on this rail. So, we find this F is equal to 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 5 Newton, and F dash also 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 5 Newton. Therefore, this one is bigger than this one, because this F dash component act on PQ, horizontal component act on PQ. So, we write in this direction F is equal to MA, Newton second law. So, what is F? F and minus F dash cos theta. And M. M is a mass of the conductor PQ. That one is 10 to the power minus 4 kilogram. So, A is the acceleration. So, you substitute 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 5. You get the answer already. Yeah, 10 to the power minus 5 minus again 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 5. And cos theta, what is cos theta? Here, this one is a theta. So, this one is a theta. This one is a theta. This one is a theta. So, cos theta is a near side over adjacent side. Therefore, cos theta is equal to 4 over 5. So, cos theta is equal to 4 over 5. That is equal to 10 to the power minus 4 into 8. So, you can solve this and find the acceleration here. You can solve this and find the acceleration. Answer is 5 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter second minus 2. Okay, now we go to the fourth part. Find the magnitude and direction of the minimum current that should be set up in CD in order to lift PQ from the rails. So, again I draw the diagram here. This PQ already this force is acting here. This force F dash. Other force is acting here horizontally. That force is F due to AB and F set due to CD. Connecting these two lines. This one F dash. This one F. Okay, this one F and F dash. So, which force will lift PQ in the vertical direction? So, normally you know this force F can't do nothing about this lift because F is on the horizontal position. F is on the horizontal position. So, no use of F. So, this force F dash, this force lift the PQ. So, if this force direction change to this direction, then this component will lift the PQ. This component will lift the PQ. So, if we want to change this force, we have to change the current on CD. Earlier here the current is passed from D to C. So, now we pass the current from C to D. Okay. If we pass the current I, that is the minimum current, pass from C to D, that will change the direction of force F dash. So, now the magnetic flux density change. Therefore, force change. So, if we say this force will lift the PQ, then this force component, vertical component, that is F dash sin theta. F dash sin theta equal to this weight of the PQ, 10 to the power minus 4 into G, mg. So this one is the equation. We can find the minimum current. Okay, substitute this F dash mu naught I over 2 pi d. 2 pi d. This one is I, this one is a d. Mu naught over 2 pi already we know about 2 into 10 to the power minus 7. And I is a current passed through the conductor PQ, that Nm. And length of PQ, 10 to the power minus 1. This one is a force acting on PQ due to this conductor CD. This is a new force because we change the current I. So, what is sin theta? Sin theta is, cos theta is here, this one is a theta. So, this one is a theta. Therefore, sin theta is equal to 3 over 5. That's equal to 10 to the power minus 4 into 2. Then you can find the value of I. Substitute this 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 and D is equal to 5, and you can find the value of I current. That answer is 416.7 amp. This one is the answer. And already I stated current pass through the C to D. Current pass through C to D. So, in the magnetic field chapter, you have to done more examples in past papers, and easily you can finish, easily you can done the question in the past paper. I have selected some question, difficult question in past paper and done it. Better you try more questions in past papers. There are a lot of MCQs there in every past paper. So better do that question. And second part questions also coming in 2 or 3 years, every 2 or 3 years. Second part questions also coming in the final papers. So better try that, and you can get the more knowledge on this magnetic field. So this is our magnetic field chapter. Better see the theory again, repeat and repeat. This Hall effect is also very difficult. Better study more time, and you can easily do this sum.